Good morning, everyone. I hope you guys are all having a blessed day. Hey, there's two scriptures in the Bible that are probably the most quoted scriptures throughout the history of the Bible. And the first one, of course, is John 3:16. Everybody knows it. And the second one is the 23rd Psalm. And I wanted to go over a couple things about the 23rd Psalm to kind of refresh your memory a little bit. Because a lot of times we read it and we don't really stop to think about these verses. Well, you know what? It says, number one, the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. Guys, I remember walking one time. I was a little guy. I might have been like 6, 7 years old. And I left my friend's house, who was down the street, and it had already gotten dark. And I had to walk about 6 houses down to my house. Well, when you're a little guy and it's dark, that's a pretty scary thing. And I remember walking by the bushes, and I remember to this day saying this. I remember talking to God. I remember saying, God, you know what? You and your angels are more powerful than anybody that could be hiding in these bushes. I just don't think I have anything to worry about. And I remember telling him that when I was a little kid. And you know what? I have never wanted for anything my entire life. God has blessed me my entire life. Verse 2 goes on to say, He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside still waters. You know, it seems like whenever you need it, God always gives you rest. You know, I went to a wedding one time in Sonoma, California. And after the wedding, we took a hike. We took a hike up this mountain. And when we got almost to the top, at a place where there was a really nice view, there was a bench there, and I was dead. I mean, I climbed up. When I got to that bench, I could barely walk, and I plopped down on that bench, and a couple of my grandkids go, hey, why would anybody put a bench up here? And I thought, well, they did it for the old people. But you know what? God will always bring you to rest when you need it. The next one says, verse 3 says, He restores my soul. He leads me in the paths of righteousness for His name's sake. People, listen. You didn't find God. God found you. God found you. God started the work in you, and He will bring it on to completion. You can trust God to finish what He started. And the next one says, Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for Thou art with me. Thy rod and Thy staff, they comfort me. We truly face demonic forces on every side. People we don't even know bring down curses on us, and then they wonder why they never have any effect. Well, they don't have any effect because we have God's Spirit, and He watches over us. And the ultimate valley of death is when you cross over to the other side. People, the day you take your last breath, the Lord Jesus Christ will be there, and He will usher you into the gates of heaven. Verse 5 says, Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of my enemies. Thou anointest my head with oil. My cup runs over. People, listen. Your enemies are all around. People plot evil against you. They bring down curses upon you. They do all kinds of things to harm you. And most of the time, you don't even know it. People talk behind your back. They do all kinds of stuff. But the Lord prepares a table before you in the presence of your enemies. He takes care of you, no matter what. And the last one, verse 6 says, Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. People, God's goodness and mercy has been with me my entire life. He has never failed me yet. He has fed me every single day. I've never gone hungry for even one meal. And the last part of this is what I love the most. It says, I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. In the book of John, Jesus tells us, in my Father's house are many mansions. If it were not so, I would have told you. I go to prepare a place for you, and if I go prepare a place for you, I will come again and receive you unto myself. People, we are going to dwell with God throughout all of eternity. You have to remember that God is in control, and in the end, we win. All those who chew darkness, all those who choose darkness, all those who choose Satan, all those who like hate, deceit, lying, falsehood, all those, in the end they lose. They're all cast into a lake of fire where they will spend eternity. People, listen, we are living in the end of the end times. If you've never done this, you need to put your faith and trust in the Lord Jesus Christ. If you do that, you will live on into eternity. If you don't, you won't. The choice is yours. Heaven or hell, you choose. Just remember, once you take your last breath, it's a done deal.